Lightning Dust, B-list villain and the only pony that ever officially came close to Rainbow Dash's speed. But there has to be more to her character, right? Oh, you can bet there is. In the few appearances she made, Lightning Dust's character has been made crystal clear, starting with the first one in Wonderbolt Academy. She shines with confidence when she stands beside all the other Wonderbolts in training. Her similarities to Adi are shown when they are the only ones who aren't shaken in front of Spitfire's radiating authority. But other than Dash, instead of being unshaken and respectful, she shows that she has no regards for said authority when challenging Spitfire to try her. But quickly after that, her strongest qualities become visible. She is determined, but this determination has good and bad sides. An obvious dream of greatness, and high goals as well as expectations for herself. She shows this clearly when one-upping every pony at the Desertron, after seeing Rainbow's fantastic performance. She wants an academy record of her own. She wants to be at the top all of the time. But this comes at a cost. She disregards her own safety, which would be fine. She's a good enough flyer to recover even if she takes risks. But she also disregards the feelings and well-being of every pony around her, competitors and allies, or in this case partner, alike. When she and Dashi go full speed during training, after her insisting none of them stand a chance, and get dangerously flicked around by all the hot air she's giving off. If the racetrack wasn't built out of clouds, all of them would have been seriously injured. Not even Rainbow Dash is safe from this. Even she gets hurt. All the others end up fine, but the pony that is most dependent on Lightning Dust, as her partner, doesn't. You would think that some pony as focused on winning as her would care more for the pony she needs to work with to reach her goals. But this recklessness makes her seem like she, quote Spitfire, likes to push herself even harder than Rainbow Dash. At least to Spitfire, who seems to be oblivious to all the trouble she's causing. But that's not the point here. We want to focus on Lightning Dust herself. Her behavior reminds me of the saying, the end justifies the means. She is obviously talented and ambitious, but that doesn't make her behavior okay. Normally I would say that it's a good character trait that she takes risks to get to her goal, but she takes it too far. Risking something of your own is fine, especially if you have a lot of confidence, but don't expect others to be fine with that, especially if your carelessness causes serious danger for their friends, or themselves. At least she seems to feel a bit of regret when getting escorted off the premises. This feeling gets even stronger when you look at the comics, where she helps against Night Morality's forces, but it seems way more like she only does this to protect herself if you look at her next appearance in the Siege of the Crystal Empire storyline, where she joins the Unicorn Radiant Hope for a chance to best RD together with the other villains that Radiant Hope gathered. We can see that she still has a grudge against her rival. Even after Sombra is freed, she still works together with them, but she starts to have doubts when the Umbrum, the real villains of the storyline, appear, and she realizes that these creatures are actually evil. This means that she doesn't see herself as evil. She has some other views on things than classical heroes do, but she isn't inherently a pony that wants the actual villains to take over. But enough about the comics. If you want to know more about them, check out my comic overview series. Back to the show. She isn't in focus in her next episode, but we still can learn a lot about her. In parental guidance, while we see Adi's progress over time, Lightning Dust is right there on the podium. So it's safe to say that she was a fantastic flyer from childhood on, and she even was at the top, until RD showed up and took her place. This could have been the moment when she started to feel like she needs to be the best to validate herself. She saw Rainbow Dash's parents admiring her, and felt like she needed that for herself, which caused her reckless behavior, and her way of doing everything she can, regardless of the consequences for said validation. These events also started a rivalry between her and Rainbow Dash, even if Rainbow didn't know that yet. The recklessness of hers becomes clear in the next and last appearance once again, in the washouts. She found her place in the world where she could live out her recklessness together with the ponies who feel the same. They are all fantastic entertainers, and since they are highly trained, I see no problem with this kind of entertainment. They show in this episode. And they have even a motto that fits her character perfectly. Leap before you look. It even seems like she admits her recklessness and feels genuinely bad for endangering Rainbow's friends. This is quickly proven false when she starts endangering Scootaloo. I know Scoots wants to be part of the show, but Lightning Dust claimed that all of them are highly trained, and Scootaloo clearly isn't. I want to make her dreams of flight come true, but not for endangering her. These events show that Lightning Dust sadly hasn't learned anything from her past mistakes. Even after Scootaloo was saved from certain doom, she still says that Rainbow Dash and her will be rivals for life. I actually really like her character in the whole show. She served her purpose as an appropriate rival for Dashi, and even her comic appearances were charming. She's supposed to act that way. She's supposed to be the reckless version of Rainbow Dash. And she fills that role perfectly. Her taking it too far is exactly where Rainbow would stop. She would never seriously endanger her friends to get to her goals. She knows the points I made during this video, that you shouldn't endanger ponies who aren't ready for it, like the other Wonderbolt cadets and Scootaloo. Endangering Scootaloo is the most irresponsible thing Lightning Dust has ever done. She is and stays a reckless show pony. I would love to find more good qualities of hers, but accept the sass she shows when telling Rainbow to say hi to Spitfire for me. But I wouldn't call this something good either, only a little character trait. What do you think about her? Was she developed enough with a few appearances? Can you see any good in her except some potential for good that gets overshadowed by her recklessness? How well did she fill her role in the show? Let me know, like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy my content, and until next time, fellow bronies, brony fellas, and bye!